Look at Peter. He says that you and I are the elect. How are we the elect? Because we raised our hand and went up front and said some prayer behind somebody? No, you are elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father. You say, oh, God, look down the tunnel and seeing me raising my hand. No, friends, foreknowledge simply means the pre-appointed will. That's what you read over in Romans 9. Let me show you God's foreknowledge again. Look at what foreknowledge means in the book. Not what you and I think foreknowledge means. Let me show you how it works. Look at this. He's not talking about your will. What is he talking about? He says, listen, the children have not been born. They're not even in existence, friends. And because they're not in existence, they nor have not done any good or any evil. Why? Because they're not alive. They're not born yet. But they were saved. Why? So that the purpose of God, according to election, that it and it alone will stand. It's not done by anything that they can do, but of him who calls. See, I will have mercy on whom I have mercy. I will have compassion on whom I have compassion. So then, here's the conclusion of the matter. It is not of any human who desires and will to be saved. You cannot will your way into heaven. No one desires to go to heaven. It's not of him who desires. You can desire to go to heaven all you want. It ain't going to matter. Nor of him who runs, who does works, who changes their behavior from good or bad. But it is only of God who determines to show mercy. Therefore, he gave an example of Pharaoh. Therefore, he, God, has mercy on whom he wills, and on whom he wills, he pardons. One more. Look at this. Let's go to John chapter 1. He was in the world. John chapter 1, verse 10. The world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own did not receive him. Watch this. But as many as received him, to everyone. Is that what you read? No, that's not what you read. To them. And only to them. God gave away something. He gave them the right through adoption. That's what he's talking about, to become children. And it's children of God. So how did they get the right? How did they get it? To those, the same ones who believe. You say, aha, you see, Kevin? That's how they got it. Keep reading. Here's the process of how they did it. They were born. Did they say something? Nope. Did they go somewhere? Nope. Did they do something? No. They were simply born. They were regenerated. They were sanctified. Not of blood, not of natural birth, nor of your desire. Me raising my hand, going up front, saying some prayer, nor of the will of some holy man slapping his hand on you. The only thing you're going to get when somebody slaps their hand on you is a transmission of germs. There's no power in that mess. But how then? If it's not from natural birth, I wasn't born in the right family. If it's not that I had some will to desire to do something, change my behavior, and it's not from some holy man, how did it happen? The only way it could happen, of God. Who made the choice? According to the book. Who made the decision? Was it you? Not according to the book. You cannot adopt yourself into the family of God. How do you do that? Get out of here. That's not how it works. God just explained to you how it works. All right. That's foreknowledge, friends. Pre-appointed times. Pre-appoint when you were born, where you're going. Here's again, I'm going to show you one more time. I showed you twice, but I'm going to show it again. What does foreknowledge mean in the book? It simply means pre-appointed. That's what it means. Predetermined, pre-appointed. Look at this. I showed you in a couple of spots. I'll show you one more. And this is probably the most clearest part where God says it. And you've seen this before. I don't know if you remember, but it's still here in the book. It didn't change.